Welcome back, everybody, to the greatest pod that we have the privilege of being on. Maybe in the universe, maybe in the galaxy, but definitely in this studio.
Wow, okay.
We have another solid episode planned for you. Our 3 to 5 listeners are going to really enjoy this one. We're going to cover a huge chunk of the show we've been watching, Fool Me Once. There was just a ridiculous wedding that happened in India that we want to talk about. I hear that one of these guys has a lot of points. He said he's like, I have 16 points to cover, so we'll see what they are. And we'll wrap it up with a good Reddit story. All right, with that said, we are Incognito Banner. This is episode 20. Let's get started, boys.
What do you guys want to talk about first?
We could talk about the wedding first. I think that it's ridiculous. Kind of shits on all weddings I've been on. I've heard this interesting thing this week that really resonated with me. Do you guys know what nazar is?
Yeah.
Kinda?
It's like evil eye.
Oh, okay. There
You know, like those little emojis of like the blue circles or whatnot with the dot in the middle.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
to ward off evil eye.
Yeah.
And the thing I saw was like, rich people don't get nazar. Look at the Ambanis.
Yeah, dude. I'm sure a lot of people wish like death upon their family, ruin everything, and they're like,
I hope not.
Nah,
I
we good.
You know,
Yeah,
like,
I hope not. Like I was.
No, they're shrewd. He's like not like respect where respect is due for sure, but like he's a shrewd businessman, right? I'm sure you don't get to the top without climbing over a few people, right?
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, I'm only iffy on how he got there, but like, dude, I'm sure either of you probably know a little bit more about what he does.
Oh, I mean, he's basically into everything. So he's, I think, Asia's richest man, Mukesh Ambani, and he does a little bit of everything. The most famous thing right now is Jio. Jio is basically like AT&T, but for India. And let's just say that Jio started. He started off with, "Hey, here's free service. Everyone just gets free service." As long as you sign up, yeah.
So it's it's a little more. I don't want to use the word humanitarian here, but it's kind of a humanitarian thing, right?
And then like years and years after, he started charging. Like after a couple of years, I think he started charging money for low data packs and stuff like that. But still, a lot of stuff is free. Like if you have a Jio like SIM card and stuff, you get this Jio Cinema app free as well, which is where like a lot of movies go there. Like it's there.
Cool.
Yeah, and then they also did partnership with Disney. And all the Disney, some of the Disney content will also kind of show up on Jio, which is pretty awesome if you think about it. Mm-hmm. Like that's just a few things, and he's like the biggest sponsor for cricket as well. All the cricket games you can watch it exclusively on Jio, nowhere else. So things like that, like he has like one of the richest places in Mumbai, and he's a billionaire. His net worth is about $110 billion.
Yeah, man.
So
that I did look up because I know that one of the statistics that's been kind of floating around is how much they spent on this wedding, and I'm hearing between 80 to 100 million.
No, it's $120 million on this wedding, which is 0.1% of his net worth.
Yeah.
So not really a lot, you know.
And we were talking about this, right? Like because we caught up earlier this week when we were planning this episode, and we talked about this, and like that's 0.1% of your wealth. Your net worth, right? My wedding was between the range of 70 to 100,000, and that was it was a very like nice affair, and like it was just a lot of money. But if you think about it, even if my net worth was $10 million, that is 5 times the proportion of my wealth for my wedding than Ambani used for his son's wedding.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
No, he has to spend this money because like he's earning more money than he can spend at this point, man.
Yeah, that's
It's
true.
insane though. Like you got to imagine this kind of money is what people can't even fathom, let alone like have, right? Like we talk about like,
Man,
Elon has this.
I can fathom quite a bit, man.
No. Like
No,
you
okay.
can fathom the number, but you cannot fathom like the things you can do with it,
Yeah.
right? Like there are no limits. The limit is your creativity.
Yeah. So one of the measures is if you put your money into a savings account, right? It's 4.5%. He puts all his like worth into a savings account. He's still generating $4-ish billion every year. And how the fuck do you spend it, man? You can only finance so many things, and there's talks that you can like donate and give away money or whatever it is, but like
Yeah.
Even then.
Even then.
this whole wedding was crazy, and like I learned a little bit more about the Ambani family with this, because you know they again they made headlines.
Again, because this is not the first time they made headlines about like the wedding. The first 3 wedding, so there are 3 kids. There's Akash, there's Isha, and then there's Anant. Anant is a 3rd kid, and that's whose wedding we're talking about basically. And I don't know if you guys remember, but Isha and Akash's weddings were pretty freaking huge. Even Akash's wife's first birthday as a married couple, was done pretty lavishly.
I mean, at this point, like with this kind of wealth, everything is lavish.
Yo,
Yeah.
we keep using the word wedding, but remember, this is the engagement.
This
This is not even the engagement. This is the pre-wedding
event.
Oh, is that not
event.
engagement?
No.
Oh.
This is just 3-day pre-wedding.
Coachella that they threw.
Yeah.
Basically.
It's just like, why the fuck not kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and fucking wild. You know, I started looking more into like Anant, since you know he's the groom to be. His watch collection, holy shit, dude, fucking wild. Just FYI, the least expensive watch he owns is $750,000.
It's wild.
Yeah.
Like you know, like one of one Patek Philippe's, Richard Milles, like just watches galore. He has his own animal farm, and like you know what most people are like, oh, he must own like a llama or a horse or so. No, he hosts, and one of his hobbies, just FYI, my hobby would be like you know getting a bottle of whiskey here and there.
Yeah.
His hobby is rescuing elephants and taking care of these elephants.
And not just elephants. There's a bunch of other wildlife as
that's
well,
cute.
but
That's nice.
like elephants. And he kind of I think the level. So I was just watching a video right before like we started recording, and he makes like all this Indian food. He has a nutritionist from Germany living in India full time just to give like all these recipes and stuff for these elephants, and make like Indian food for the elephants as well. That was basically written back in the
Like the Royal Empire days.
Yeah.
Man.
Not even that. Like if you see some of the structures they had built for these fucking elephants, it's crazy. They turned like I think like an Olympic-sized pool. They put jets on the side of the walls, emptied out the pool, that just spray water inwards, so these elephants could walk through, and then they could get like a nice massage. They import
massage. Shit, I was thinking like just a rinse.
Yeah. No. They imported like tons of specific sand from somewhere, so they could like soothe these elephants and like give them a spa day. Literally, they use the word spa day. They imported fucking sand for elephants.
Dude. So
going back to this
I can't,
pre-wedding.
I can't take enough of this elephant talk. This is ridiculous.
Just one more.
These elephants getting treated way better than I
Just
am.
one more. Like I got my ass beat as a kid if I didn't eat what my family ate or ate what like normal people ate. But they're like, oh yeah, this one elephant doesn't like eating solid food. So instead of like the specialized food that we make with like, you know, the recipe that date back centuries or whatever, we've turned it into a smoothie for this elephant and like give it to this elephant via straw.
Dude, so I think you mentioned something about his watch collection, right? Oh, God. And I keep talking about the whole concept of like what it is for us. What's the equivalent for us? Okay, now I'm not a millionaire, but even if you were to like put that, like if I was to buy the equivalent, it's like for them, it's like a $60 purchase. It's like for us. So like he goes out and buys this like $1.5 million watch. I think there's this whole talk about this watch that Zuckerberg was like and Mark and Priscilla were interested in. And it was like, I'll let you talk about what it is specifically. I knew the name, but I didn't know what makes it valuable. But it was like $1.5 million. And so like that's equivalent for him. The $1.5 million for him is equivalent of us going out and trying to buy like, you know, let me go out to dinner, like $60, like a cheap dinner, unfortunately. So.
Yeah. So, I mean, going off of that, basically, obviously Mark Zuckerberg is also invited to this wedding. Bill Gates is there. Ivanka Trump is with her daughter, which like, I didn't know she had a daughter, to be honest. So that was the first time I found out about that. Mark and Priscilla are there. Have you guys seen Mark's outfits? like there are photos of Mark's different outfits. I've never seen this guy outside of a t-shirt.
Dude,
Like,
this is the one place that you'd get him out of his whatever create. Like this talks about the brand of his t-shirt. Like he's a very
Yeah.
specific dude, but like this is the only way. And then he went wild, right?
oh, he went wild. I think some of his clothes were like 5 to 10 grand, just a t-shirt, like a shirt kind of a thing.
So let's talk a little bit about logistics for this pre-wedding thing. So the Ambanis built temples as like a sign of good faith and like, just charity.
14 of them.
14 full temples. They're going to be functioning on their own and will be funded by them. They flew in over. They turned the place that the wedding happened was called Jamnagar. It's a little place.
It's like a small town in Gujarat, like where they originated from.
Oh, cool.
But it's not like a big city like Ahmedabad, which is also in Gujarat. Like that's the big city in Gujarat.
Yeah. They kind of turned the small airport that they had, and
When I
gave
say
them money.
small, I mean like literally like like learner's permit kind of a airport version of that airport.
like domestic flights ?
I get you. Like a hop. It's like you start here, but you're going to a major airport to go
Yeah.
anywhere else.
Yeah.
They turned that into a fully functioning international airport.
Only for 10
How?
days, but they built infrastructure and stuff.
I was gonna say there's just because you have to find somewhere to land. Oh shit! So they just,
Yeah,
they're
they
like,
built
you know
the
what?
land and stuff. Yeah.
Did they tear it down afterwards? Because they're like, no, this is a regional.
I don't know.
airport.
I think it'll still remain like a proper domestic airport, but I think it's no longer an international airport.
Because I don't think they have like the infrastructure or like the staff to like just keep
also
that.
regulation is probably different. Yeah.
Again, not much about don't know
Absolutely.
much about.
But
No,
he
this is a joke. Yeah.
but he booked private chartered flights for all the guests. So it's not like just
200 different fucking private planes came in, all hired by them. They hired pretty much every Bollywood celebrity, everyone you could think of that you would want at a concert. And they had cars for all of them, mind you. Rolls Royces and BMWs for all their guests.
And a take home too, probably, right? 'Cause
Yeah,
why not?
probably, yeah.
might as well. Yeah, I mean, it was crazy. So I'll go down some of the things, like some other things that I found about it. And everything, like you'll find all of these things in like small tidbits posted everywhere, every day. And I feel like we're going to get some sort of a drop like every day until July. July is when the actual wedding is. So I don't know why there's like a 3-month gap between the pre-wedding festivities and the actual wedding.
You can't build a hype.
I think it's hype, and I also think it's like when you have such a big grand wedding like this, and you want so many people to come, you kind of have to work around like schedules a little
Fair.
bit.
But also, I think it's definitely that, but it's also like a large cool off period you got to have between an event like this to an event like, well, I'm sure the next one has to be grander.
Yeah.
Like I think I have some information about day 1 of 3. On the first day, they did Cirque du Soleil and a drone show. And both of those things were, I think, very spectacular from the videos and stuff.
Makes sense.
So they flew in a bunch of people. Then you had Rihanna, who performed on day 1 as well. And Rihanna got paid $9 million.
Woo!
$9 million. Can you guys just believe that?
She played she did her worth though. Like she played like an entire catalog.
And every event, breakfast, lunch, dinner for all 3 days, has 2,500 different dishes with 60 different guests.
Wait, 2,500?
2,500.
I didn't know there was, that much variety in the world.
At certain points, you're starting to count like
It's gotta be like
it's soup 1, soup 2, soup 3.
It's got to be like small micros that are changed. It's like, this is made with peanut oil, granola.
It's like the Taco Bell method, right? Like it's just the same 5 or 6 ingredients, just repackaged differently.
Jeez.
But 2,500 dishes for each event. And every they try to make it as unique as possible, so they're like reduce the number of repeats. And they flew in 60 different special chefs to kind of help with that.
I mean, before all of this, before the pre-wedding event, they had like a pre-wedding event, which was more of like altruistic, where they served like 51,000 people food.
Oh, nice, yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Okay, so now I'll just do like a speed round of all the famous Indian people that were at the wedding or performed at the wedding, or so not at the wedding, sorry, the pre-wedding.
Does this mean we have to give speed reactions? Like, oh,
Yeah.
That's not fast enough, bro.
oh, my bad.
Okay, so on day 2, day 3, they had Diljit Dosanjh. He is one of the best Punjabi musicians and also an actor in India, and he was there. And I think people preferred his performance way more than Rihanna's, because actually a lot of people critiqued Rihanna's performance as she was not putting in enough effort. And Rihanna actually didn't even pronounce the name of the people who were getting married right.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah, so like she said Anant, which is fine. Anant, whatever she said, that's fine. That's the groom's name. But the bride's name, Radhika, she said Radhika, and that was just like, I was like, you know, you just got to put the effort. Like, for when someone's paying you $9 million, just get the name. Just get the name
ask
right.
questions, right?
I mean,
Yeah.
bro, when you're getting paid $9 million, it's because that's kind of your worth, right? It's not like it's not. So at that point,
Yeah, but
Rihanna herself is worth, hundreds of millions of dollars.
but not billions, right? Like you're.
I think she is. She's a billionaire.
Is she a billionaire?
I think she was a billionaire.
Oh, regardless of the thing, if you're going for someone's event,
Yeah,
get the name right.
$1.4 billion, Rihanna.
Yeah,
I noticed it wasn't more than 100
and
billion,
10,
though.
but I mean, it's fine.
Okay,
fine.
let's take out Mukesh. How much is Anant worth?
Everything. I mean, at least 50% of that.
She's there for Mukesh, man. She's not there for Anand. Let's be real.
Uh,
She would ask the question if she's there for Anand. Who you marrying, boy?
Yeah. Diljit also goes, he's like, oh, there might be, United States can have Rihanna and Beyonce and all of them, but there's no one like Kareena Kapoor. And then he played like some really bangers with her, and then she was dancing with him, and so that was pretty cool. Like the performance was actually
I've seen a couple of their movies. They worked in
It's
quite
also
a few
like
movies.
got to be familiarity too, right? Like they know the Bollywood stars and singers a lot more
but
people know
if
than
you're
Rihanna.
part of the movies, wouldn't you get bored of your own content? Wouldn't you want content from outside? Like for me, I would feel like watching Rihanna perform would be better for me if I am the one who's doing the same dance. Like, if that's my job, looking at someone else do something else would be the cooler experience. Okay, sorry. Then there were Shah Rukh Khan, Salman Khan, and Amir Khan, and they did a performance. 3 Khans
squad.
at the same time. I think like 10 years ago, there was some reporter asked Shah Rukh, like, what would it take, to get all 3 of you in a movie or something? And he goes like, I mean, I don't think anyone can afford all 3 of us in a movie.
He's like, I would be happy to do it.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anyone that could afford it. Here comes
Mukesh.
Ambani.
I noticed he didn't offer. Be like, you know what? I would do it because I want to, not because I'm getting paid to.
He doesn't care.
Interesting.
I
I don't know his relationship
I
is
think-
with Salman and Amir.
they're friends.
They're all friends, but it's just like you do a movie for money, right? Like it's work
for sure,
them.
for sure,
Yeah,
for
it's
sure.
work.
I think
so.
that's what I like about Shah Rukh Khan. Like I've seen a couple of interviews of his, not to get too off topic, but he's like at the end of the day, like when he is disrespected or whatever, like he is like, like when people are not listening while he's speaking, he's like okay to call him out and be like, you're listening to the most famous Indian in the world, pay the fuck attention.
Damn.
Like
Yeah.
he knows his words, he
Words.
knows what he's here for, and he does not tolerate bullshit. And like that makes fucking sense.
Yeah.
And speaking of Shah Rukh Khan, we also saw Shah Rukh dancing with Rihanna on the first night, like after everything was done. So like it's been a bunch of memes that last year it was Gigi Hadid who was introduced to Shah Rukh and she became a fan. This year it's Rihanna. So now Rihanna is gonna be the new Shah Rukh fan. Another famous singer, Udit Narayan, who was from 90s and 2000s. I think he basically ruled all of music in Bollywood. He had some real bangers with Shah Rukh in it. So he was singing live while Shah Rukh and his actual wife Gauri were dancing to it.
That's cool. See, this stuff is kind of creepy to me. I'm not gonna lie. Like when you break it down like this, like imagine like
cringe, right?
not just that. Like I'm sure they did a good job and whatnot, but like imagine being like the puppet master for this. It's like, oh, I want Shah Rukh to dance with his wife for this.
I think that may have been more like in the moment, not like okay, Shah Rukh.
No, it's planned.
It was planned.
So Shah Rukh does this thing where he, for I think all Bollywood people do this, but where you can invite them to your wedding and they plan the whole wedding experience. So basically, Shah Rukh has said this on a podcast before, where he's like, I will plan the entire wedding like a musical. It will be interactive. I will interact with your guests, with the couple, and just make an evening out of it and make an experience for the couple. And
he gets paid millions of dollars for this.
He gets paid a lot of money.
So he's like, you know what, it's got to be worth it.
Exactly.
And again, respect that. Like, I know there's some celebrities that you call to a birthday party or whatever, and there's like, hey, and then sulk in the corner that they have to do this.
Yeah,
but
and Shah Rukh is like, I actually like, because it reminds him of the theater days where he, like, you know, he was a theater person before all of this. So it reminds him of that. So he's like, he enjoys the crap out of it. And then last thing about Shah Rukh is Shah Rukh did a little song called Chamak Chalo with Akon, and Akon was out there.
They brought Akon back.
Yeah,
they did. Nice.
Performing it live again with Shah Rukh.
Love it.
So that was pretty cool. Last semi Shah Rukh thing, but continuing the tradition of cringe videos by Mukesh Ambani. And people who haven't seen cringe videos, look up Shloka birthday video by Mukesh Ambani.
Ooh,
that is
brown parental pressure to like the max.
Yeah,
they released like a PR video pretty much being like, happy birthday, daughter-in-law, it's your first one in this family, but it's time to get fucking knocked up.
Yep. So
weird medium to tell your son to cream pie your daughter-in-law. Just weird medium.
It's all sorts of weird. Yeah.
Hey, if you put it that way, it sounds a little weird. But if you just say, hey, why don't you just fuck her? A little less.
Fuck her right in the pussy.
So they made a remake of this very popular Indian movie called Dawn. Where
it's like a gangster
movie, but they kind of try to remake that between like Mukesh Ambani and his wife Neeta Ambani. We can do a whole like segment on Neeta Ambani's jewelry throughout the freaking
she
wedding.
was wearing a fucking medallion, dog.
Yeah,
that
also,
shit like
okay, that thing costed more than Pakistan's GDP. Can you fucking imagine that? She also danced to this really Bollywood centric production. She's really good at dancing Bharatnatyam. She was doing it, yeah.
But like that's fucking wild.
Yeah.
No, I saw that. That shit was like, you know, like if you held a dinner plate on your chest, just replace a dinner plate with like a diamond,
emerald and a diamond.
Yeah.
Even her freaking wedding diamond ring, whatever. It is so huge.
Fucking massive, dog.
It's massive. Her finger, it covers like I think 60% of her finger. Her diamond.
It's one of those things where it's like this was not like a close-up photo we saw. She was just taking a family photo and like we're like, God damn. Like, you just saw it peer out of her hand, dude.
Yeah. Okay, so I have 3 more things and then we can move on from the Ambani festivities for now. Preetham, who we talked about already, performed a version of Biba, which he worked with Marshmello. So that's pretty dope.
That's a dope song.
That's a dope song.
Because did they have Shah Rukh dance to this? Because that whole song was dedicated to Shah Rukh in Bollywood.
Obviously he did. I think Shah Rukh did a lot of work.
100%. Like he at this point was like a family member. Like what I was for my brother's wedding was what Shah Rukh was for this wedding.
Alia Bhatt was there, and with Ranbir Kapoor, they recently got married and had a kid, and they were actually doing a dance with Shloka and Akash, who's like the older kid and the daughter-in-law. And man, that shit was cringe. Like Akash did not belong on the dance floor. Shloka could pull it off. I think both the daughter-in-laws that Ambanis have, very pretty. The sons?
Really?
Oh my God. Not really pretty. Akash is still pretty. I think Anant has some medical issues, but he's still just, even if you take that out, man, they're still like,
So you're saying that like
sore to the eye.
You're saying that like these pretty girls married into this family?
So final thing that I would like to say is, which was my favorite because I really like Arijit Singh as a singer and Shreya Ghoshal as a singer. I think they both have beautiful voices.
Like, arguably the best voices in India. The only
Yeah.
2 people that I would also throw into that mix, actually 3, Udit Narayan, Sonu Nigam, and Shan. For me, Shan.
Yeah.
I know that's like a
So, yeah, I mean,
iffy one for people.
yeah. So Arijit Singh and Shreya Ghoshal performing together is like,
That's fucking wild.
it's
dude.
wild. Like you see them live performing, like Arijit on his guitar, and yeah, this was just amazing. Like
Also,
crazy
just
stuff.
to get back to it, the pre-wedding events, 120 million pounds.
Woo.
I know.
Why they measure in pounds when they live in India?
That's
Interesting.
That's closer than dollars.
I guess.
But yeah, like this wedding would be 10% of her father's total net worth.
I don't know if he's just worth $1 billion.
He's worth $1 billion. Maybe let's round up extremely to 2. Still, a significant amount for this man.
Yeah, but I mean, again, like, was the goal to have a big fat wedding, or was the goal to
I'm
have
just
like a
saying-
lifelong?
I'm just saying, like just a different. It's a different like stage. It's a different level of life. One is like, yeah, I don't have to worry about it. My kids and everyone, like, they're if I fuck up really bad.
Yeah.
This is, oh, I could fuck around all I want. Like, I could just go knock up a goddamn stripper, crash an F1 car, and still go home for dinner and just chill. And nothing in my life changes.
I guess.
Yeah, I mean, again, we're dealing with such large numbers here because even them, it doesn't matter. So, but yeah, like, I mean, I think the one highlight that I have that I saw from the wedding was that Bebo thing, and so I'm glad you brought that up because that just a bop.
Yeah, it's a crazy ass wedding. What else we got? Let's talk about Fool Me Once.
Yeah, 4 episodes. I'm gonna start off by saying I fucking told you.
Okay, we could start off that, but I think because it's 4 episodes,
Yeah,
we
let's
shouldn't
go to
just
order.
like talk about everything. I'll just go with key events that happen, and we should like kind of discuss, but we'll kind of speed through it because I have like 16 comments, and I don't want to.
Can I just say, like, Judith? Just
What? What is just Judith?
just-
What?
evil bitch. Like, like, I just want to talk about, like, I know you want to go through, like, the episodes, and, like, we'll do that, I promise you. Just that gaslighting conversation that she had.
Dude, the most like I'm talking fucking fumes.
Like, Maya's like, what happened on this boat? Where's how did he die? Why are you paying him? She's like, you really need to bring home the kids more often. Honestly, it's like getting kind of wild. I was like, yo, I literally had to, like, I'm one of those people that like watches on my phone while watching TV. I looked up, like, maybe I'm missing something.
It's like hold on, is she not asking what I think she's asking?
Yeah. And I'm looking, and it's just like, they're not even separated in like a different room or something. No.
I noticed you didn't question Judith's answer. You questioned Maya's question.
Yeah, I know.
Did she successfully gaslight you too?
Yeah. I was like, what the fuck is happening? Also, one was I just want to reiterate my whole theory. Where was that dumbass child when her uncle died?
Not born yet, dumbass.
So nowhere to be found. No alibi.
Okay. Let's start with episode 4, and we'll go through like I'll just keep talking through the main events that I thought, and then we can kind of go through it. So episode 4, I think Kears passed out on the track by the coach's office.
Yo, fuck that guy, man.
Kears or the coach?
Honestly, both of them.
Everyone's the asshole.
Or you know what? I take that. Like Kiers's condition, like that makes him pass out. Always, and it's like it become like a fucking plot device. I'm like, that's so. It's like, oh my god, he's about to figure something out. Wait, where is
Wait
it?
a minute.
When's it gonna happen? It's like,
Who lets this guy drive still? Like, why does he think it's a good idea after crashing the car once
Well,
already?
So, you didn't see episode 6 and 7, so you don't know because it becomes a big deal.
poor Marty out here trying to make sure he doesn't drive, and he's like, nope, sorry, I can't help it. I had to go. And Marty's like, what the fuck, dude? You're gonna die. You're gonna get into an accident.
Then we cut to Maya, who has a therapist. We find out like literally in episode 4. that
Again, fuck
she-
Maya too.
Yeah.
Good for you, girl.
And she has, multiple episodes that you could like, we saw like flashbacks and stuff.
I've seen 4 of them.
I feel like
But-
her accent gets more and more like Scottish / Irish throughout the entire show. And I'm like, dude, like, what is happening? Is this not your real accent? Like, are you faking this too?
You know what really frustrated me about that though? She's like, oh, the therapist kind of just shows up at home, right? And he's trying to do a session with her, and she's like, it's gonna count as one, because out of the 4 that she owed him or something, and she literally did that
Next time,
session
no.
for like 5 minutes, and then she just like, all right, I gotta go. We're gonna count this as 1. I owe you 3 more, and I'm like, bitch, that's 5 minutes. That's not a session. That's just a hi hello
Those
thing.
are greetings.
Yeah.
Like even your like primary care doctor like talks to you about for 10 minutes before touching your balls.
Yeah.
Still counts as one.
Yeah.
Then we see Tommy Dark's wife, and she's like, "Oh yeah, I found the bribe thingy, and he's been missing for 6 weeks." So at that point, I'm just like, why are all the people necessary for this story to move forward missing?
Yeah, dude.
Caroline was locked up after, she did like a bunch of knowledge drop and then just kind of yeeted.
There's really like no reliable characters in this show.
Yeah.
No
Like,
one.
You know?
Even the baby.
Yeah, like even the baby is just out here like at daycare all the time apparently, because that's the thing.
I love that like in this show, just to show that she's a good mother and like not neglecting her child, they throw in like in the beginning of the episodes.
And somewhere in the middle, just randomly.
Yeah, they're just like, all right, cool. She's picking her up from daycare. The baby's taken care of, guys.
Or yeah, it's like, oh, like I need to go
She's
see
a
my
good
daughter.
mother.
They get lazier later too, and they're like, oh, I need to go pick up my daughter. They don't even show her. They're just like, oh, okay, like she's doing
She's
like
picking
mother
up Ella.
stuff,
Yeah,
parent
yeah.
stuff. Yeah, you know?
So last week I told you guys that Marty has a secret, and you guys couldn't come up with a single secret Marty could have besides that he's a fucking idiot and he doesn't belong.
Dan, did we ask? Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I feel like that's my go-to secret for like a obvious protagonist. I think like, sorry, let me take that back. He seems like an obvious protagonist. I still don't fucking know because this show is just ridiculous like that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And he came out with his secret. He's gay. And it was dropped very casually. Like, where you would just miss it if you blink twice.
And it was funny because he almost like seemed like he wanted Kiers's
have a reaction.
approval, right?
Yeah, no, it was like a father son moment. It's like, well, like, because it was like in the car, and he's like, oh yeah, how was your date? How is she? And he's like, well, I don't know what name he used, but he's like, Aaron is great.
So then we also see now. I think now the lines between all the episodes are a little blurred, so I'm just kind of going through it.
That's fine. Yeah.
We see Eddie with some chick, and he beats up that Alexander dude. Like he just goes to that guy's freaking house and
whoops
just
his
like
ass.
literally just beats the shit out of him.
Yeah, I don't care much for that.
Yeah.
I will say the Eddie stories just don't really matter to me
Yeah.
because it's like I don't like it just. I feel like he's just in there as like just a distraction.
Yeah.
And just be like, oh, like this is gonna be the ultimate source of how Maya's gonna be like, yeah, like Eddie,
Yeah.
you got this.
You got this. What I don't understand is how accessible or how easy is it to get like those trackers, GPS trackers,
everyone
because
fucking has
everyone just has like 100 of them and they just put them around everyone's cars.
Yeah, no, well, I mean, I think Maya's the only one using them, but like,
No, Shane also puts
Shane-
one on
Oh,
really?
Maya's car.
oh yeah. Well, so it's clearly gotta be a military thing, and you're right because I was thinking that same thing. I'm like, they've shown us easily drop them or have them put on like 5 of them, and those can't be cheap.
Yeah.
And apparently the fucking generic ass. You saw the app that they use to track. It's like like Find My Tracker. Like, so much,
It's so stupid. And then so stupid, and I think I have a lot of plot questions that I can raise about this, but there's this dude called Robbie who is watching Maya's dumb friend through the nanny cam and kind of stalking her, and that's how like Maya finds out that these things could be hacked. And
Like an abusive spouse.
yeah.
yeah, I think it was a boyfriend, but yeah.
boyfriend. But yeah.
Yeah, he was just a plot device to tell you that
They're
they
like,
could be
hey,
hacked.
these
Yeah,
things
that this
be
could
hacked or
happen.
planted. But like, she went to like the shadiest person of all, besides the mother-in-law, Shane.
Yeah, Shane is
Shane and the daughter. She went
literally
to
the shadiest human on the
third
planet.
shadiest dude ever.
Yeah.
Wait, what daughter? Like Abby?
No, her own
his
daughter.
ranking is still Judith, Ella, and
Ella.
oh, Ella's still number one. Okay. Ella,
No,
Judith.
no. Her kid's name is Lily. But if you're talking about the kid still.
Maya's kid.
Wait, Maya's kid's name is Lily.
Yeah.
Okay.
This whole time I've been saying Ella.
Yeah. So it's
Who's Ella?
Isabella is the nanny.
No, but who's Ella?
I don't know.
It showed up on IMDb.
Oh, then maybe episode 8 stuff. I haven't met Ella yet. So
Okay, it goes for me. It's still Lily, Judith, Shane.
Okay.
Still can't take nobody with the name. What was it? Willie the Whistle.
Corey.
same. Replace. I can't trust it.
keep on saying Willie.
I can't take anyone named Corey seriously.
Then we see Caroline hiding upstairs, like for like that brief second, like, oh no, I came downstairs. Oh, oops, Maya's here. Let me just quickly run upstairs and
fuck
like just
that.
hide. Like it was so stupid. And like, why can't Maya just go upstairs and just check out the fucking house?
I mean, it's kind of rude. Like, I don't go to
It's-
people's houses.
It's her mother-in-law's house.
I still wouldn't go up there like that.
She clearly has no respect for her mother-in-law. I'm surprised she didn't just run up there.
If
and
Judith
fucking
was my mother-in-law and
Yeah.
she gaslit me the way that she went, 100%.
Yeah, dude, but like I was saying,
privacy.
Maya's already like fucking like they're like bitches to each other. But then like, I mean, I would go up there and just fucking spear her and be like, listen, like, what the fuck is happening?
No. Okay, I gotta give it to Judith though. She's not an asshole to Maya.
Not directly.
Not direct.
No, she just gaslight her, but she just like, hey, if you need help, come over. But my son didn't kill himself. You're crazy.
Yeah, that takes us to Theo Mara, who died 25 years ago. Who was like, she finds out about him in like the school.
Like I get that's a major plot point, but dude, I was, after seeing that part, I'm like, I did not like, I don't care
Care.
for this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I like doing wrong. The way that they they talk about all this stuff is very kind of rough.
Yeah.
But I'm like, couldn't have been something better.
Yeah, definitely agree. And then we see Kears being suicidal by the bridge and trying to jump, and that was also another time I figured out Kears's whole thing.
Oh, I
Like
didn't.
that was my confirmation.
I didn't think anything of the suicide. I just thought that I was like, whatever. But like, there was a diner scene, and there was a few things where I was like, oh, okay, like there's something up. But I didn't.
Yeah.
I don't know how you connect it to the meds. And we'll get to.
We'll get to it. Yeah. Maya and Corey go down to the warehouse, and then they find Tony Dark's body.
Dead body.
Was
Frozen.
it Tony Dark or was it Damien Dark? I don't know.
Damien
Tommy.
Dark, I believe,
Is Batman
is
villain,
a
right?
cocktail. Yeah.
Tommy Dark.
Tommy Dark. Okay. Yeah. So Tommy Dark's body in the freezer.
That's dope.
It was chilling.
Yeah, that was
Not at all what I thought this dude was gonna look like though.
Yeah, he looked like half Indian, half like tattoos
his wife
on
was
a
like-
pirate.
His wife was brown.
Yeah, I
he
was
looked
confused.
like. Oh, he just looked like some white dude, like a straight up like old white dude. I mean, I get that he was
I thought it was
literally
just,
white because he was fucking frozen.
That's what I thought too, yeah.
But, you know.
And Maya is the primary suspect, and the first chance she gets, she rats out Corey the Whistle.
ASAP Rocky
ASAP.
did
I
it.
love that. She's like, oh yeah, it's that fucking weird kid.
You mean,
Yeah.
you who did this? You know who's trying to frame me? The dude who's trying to frame me.
Yeah,
Like,
dude,
okay.
Corey the fucking
I
Whistle.
love how like I would love to be there when she describes this whole Corey the Whistle thing. It's like it's this skinny white boy. He hangs out at an arcade. His name is Corey the Whistle, is what he calls himself. And everyone's like, "Are you beefing with a teen?"
Yeah, right. Like, what are you beefing over? Like, Time Cop or something? You know?
The next part is like probably the most ridiculous part of this show. Corey hacked the police station systems like it was nothing
Yeah, I mean,
because the cops were on to him.
I do that a lot.
Yeah, like, is it that easy? Like, I just don't get it.
For Corey, apparently, it is. He just blows the whistle. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
And as we move on, we see Maya with even more trackers.
Dude,
She literally just has like 100 trackers. She's just
shit
like,
sells out, man.
yeah. one of the biggest points that we find out is Joe killed his own brother, and Joe kind of also killed Theo Mara. All the cult stuff in
Contributed to it, yeah.
beginning was basically, Joe and all of these kids tying Theo to the chair as fun, but then Joe's, I guess something just clicks in his head or something where he just I don't know, what did he do? He just they
overdid it.
Poisoned Theo Mara with.
So there's a couple things. So they force fed him vodka, and then I think
a whole bottle of it.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff, and I think there was other things that they did.
Just say you can't hang, Theo.
Yeah.
No, he was tied up, and he seized up, and then he kind of just died.
Yeah.
And then the kids are like, "Oh yeah," Joe's like, "We're never gonna talk about this, okay? We're just not gonna do this." And his brother was like really good friends with Theo, and so was this other dude. What was his name? I forgot his name.
Oh yeah, Christopher Swain.
Yeah,
right?
Christopher Swain.
That sounds like a made up fucking
I thought it was.
That's a made up.
That's why I remember it.
That's as a poet from the 1800s or a made up man.
It's like Christopher Swain, brother of Mark Twain, or cousin of. It's like,
that is not real
so
at all.
she spends 5 minutes trying to find this dude. She finds this dude, and this dude's like, "Joe's dead, right?" She's like, "Yeah, I'll spill everything. I'll tell you everything. I was just scared, and that's why I didn't tell anyone anything for 25 fucking years."
She finds him in a mental asylum or institute or something, right?
It's just like a therapeutic place where rich bratty kids go without finding out why they're there. It is a mental institution, but it's for the rich and powerful. Where it's not what we would think.
Yeah.
But yeah, Andrew, the brother of Joe, was going to tell and admit to what they did, and felt very guilty. So Joe kind of pushed him off the boat.
Casual,
Yeah.
It's like, hey, you gonna talk? Fuck it, you're out.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. And then we find out one of the most major plot points about the audio is that Maya made the choice to kill the civilians to save her own people, and she has PTSD because of that. It was not ordered through. I know we were talking about this, and I know you were mentioning that
You don't just
shoot without orders.
Sometimes you do.
But she was told
This was that other time.
Yeah,
I think there's overarching orders. Yeah, you're free to make your own decisions.
No. She was told not to make any moves.
Yeah, she was told to wait.
And she turned off comms, and she's like, "But my people are dying," so she just goes ahead and bombs it.
And it's such a freak scenario where she's like, she used her gut. Unfortunately, her gut was wrong.
Yeah.
And that was it, right? And now she has suffered from it.
Yeah. And then we find out that Nicole was just a side effect of the drugs that the Burkett Pharmaceutical things. They faked the side effect data, and that's the real reason why Kearse was having trouble with his brain.
His brain, he's visualizing, was it Nicole? What was her name?
Nicole was his old
ex-wife.
Ex-fiancée,
right?
Yeah.
So that's the black woman that he's been talking to.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, they talk about then they talk about the symptoms of the drugs.
Yeah. And it's basically the drugs causing all of this. That he has been taking from Burkett Pharmaceuticals. I think they say that the efficacy is 99.6%, but in Corey, it was that's not really the thing. It's nowhere close to it.
Yeah.
And that's what Claire was working on with Corey.
That's why she wanted to she found out too much.
Yeah.
So I know you figured this out too, but I was listening because as I was watching through it, at some point it clicked, and actually it was the bridge scene, but I didn't put together the piece of the suicide. But I was like, she only turns up when he's
alone,
really in distress. No, it's more distress.
Yeah.
I also again, the show is great and all, but if this is such a big problem, this medication, that this man is hallucinating, crashing into cars and stuff, he's not the only person in the world taking these fucking medications.
Just you wait.
Yeah.
And so that was what I was saying is that's why some of the other pieces started to fall together, and I was like, maybe something along the way. And then once you find out this part, the last piece kind of fits about how they're they're paying them to shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And so that's why he's getting 9,000 pounds or whatever a month or week. Or
No,
whatever it
he
is.
wasn't getting them. He wasn't actually getting paid.
Oh, he wasn't getting it.
That no, he took Maya home and he was like,
And like, here are my financials.
here are my
right,
financials.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He wasn't
yeah,
actually
yeah.
getting paid. That was just to throw her off, basically. And then I got like 4 or 5 more points left, so we'll quickly run through them because we're kind of running
Yeah,
out of
and then
time.
the last one, I'm just gonna start off by saying I fucking called it.
So, Coach's son was kind of caught. They finally caught him, and they're like questioning him, and he kind of breaks free or something like that. And they're on the roof, and obviously, Kears would pick that same exact time to get a hallucination or something.
That scene
and
pissed
he's
me
about,
off so much. That
Yeah.
scene pissed me off so much.
He was about to fall off the roof, and this kid tried to save him, but instead he fell off the fucking roof. At least this, I originally, the first time I watched the show, I thought he was dead, but this time I actually realized that because I was just so frustrated. I was like, "Fuck this shit." But this time around, I saw it. He's just hurt.
I thought Marty was gonna shoot him. Regardless, I knew that this guy PJ, something was gonna happen where he can't talk anymore.
Yep. Then we find out that freaking Maya tracks down Luca and what's her face Isabella in like a parking lot and puts them holds them at a gunpoint, and she's like, "Tell me everything." And we find out that Luca was actually Joe, and the whole video in the nanny cam was deep faked, and the base of that deep fake was from Maya's wedding video. And I'm like, man, that's some like intricate fucking
If it's
thing.
Judith,
I
On
almost
brand.
rage quit the show when they said that because I'm like, if that's all they're gonna do, I'm just
it's on brand.
I'm gonna break. I almost broke my phone while listening to that because I'm like, if that's all this is, I'm gonna be so annoyed.
Yeah.
No,
And
if this is Judith, it's on brand. Like the gaslighting.
Oh yeah, no, that's the ultimate gaslight.
Yeah, like dude.
so it was Judith because
oh my god, this evil
Surprise!
bitch.
Oh, you mean this Isabella, who's like a very dear friend of the family?
yeah. So Judith thought that Maya was lying about Joe's death, and that's why she gave money to Isabella and Luca to like kind of scare her or make sure like something like comes out of it, you know?
Yo, that's like mother-in-law behavior. Extreme guys.
Well, the whole thing was she didn't believe that Joe was dead. She thought Maya was lying about it.
No. She believes Maya.
That's what I thought. That's what
she
said.
thought
She's
that
like,
Joe, from what I'm getting, she thought that Joe was dead, but like
she just
Maya
didn't
was
understand like how he died. Like
Maya
from the
was
way
lying
Maya
about what
described it.
happened. Like
I
maybe
see.
she murdered
I
him
see.
or blah blah blah.
Yeah.
I see.
Yeah. Last two. Shane just popped out in that parking garage out of nowhere in the same spot.
Suspect.
And he was like, "Oh yeah, Eddie gave me the location because he's worried about you." But he just fucking showed up out of nowhere.
Is he above Lily for you yet? No.
Never. Okay. That bitch is suspicious.
And we'll end the episode out with Maya admits she killed Joe.
Fucking called it. She even showed. The whole problem was she even showed the weapon at the end of episode 3 or whatever. I mean, now whether that actually was the weapon or not, but I'm like, come on, dude.
You don't know that yet.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, I don't not confirmed, but it looked the same, and I was like, that was it. I'm like, you know what? You can't convince me otherwise. But just like it makes you always think that like Maya deserves all this.
So yeah, we still don't know how Claire was murdered, why she was murdered. There's all this
Yeah.
stuff
Like what
about
Lily was doing during that time.
Lily is not the
She's in it. She's in it with Joe.
Hey,
like Maya and Joe are like.
I'm
you
gonna
know
put
what?
a spoiler out right now. It's not Lily.
I feel like he's fucking with us
That's
to
too
throw
much.
us off. He's fucking with us to throw us
It's
off.
not the 2-year-old. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
the
right.
2-year-old just didn't commit the murder.
Of her father.
Could be 2 murders too. I mean, knowing the show and its plot, like plot twists and shit, I'm pretty sure, they could be like, psych, I didn't mean that I killed Joe. I meant more like metaphorically.
Yeah, dude,
Or-
fuck that.
I
They
caused
pull that
his
shit.
death.
They pull that. It's like, oh yeah, I killed his spirit by serving him divorce papers. Like, dude. All right.
Shane, I killed his spirit. by fucking you.
Yeah. Dude.
Because that's what Shane wants. I think Shane wants to fuck Maya.
Okay.
It's a weird way to do it.
Yeah.
This is one way to go about it.
Very
I guess.
elaborate way.
Yep.
I
I mean,
I feel like just wait a couple months, ask her for a date would have been much easier.
yeah. So like that's. I mean, let's just wrap this up. But
Yeah.
basically, last episode. Let's talk about it last week, like next week, and hopefully you're all caught up by then. Now that you know like some of these plot points, maybe you should just watch it on 1.5x just to get the feel for the rest of the show, and then watch the last episode. And we'll catch up on the last episode as well, and we'll talk about it one final time next week.
Yeah. The show that we didn't want to watch, but ended up enjoying. All right. Well, with that said, let's round it out with a Reddit story. I have an interesting one. It's only spoiler I'll give is that it starts with one person with posting, and it ends with the other person taking over posting.
Ooh.
Did someone die, or is that like just different perspectives?
So maybe let's see if the headline will help with that. Super fuckable wife, super unfuckable husband.
What the fuck just?
So
it's sad, but I think that's couple marriages I know.
it's like, hey guys, I'm using a throwaway account because I know my partner is in this sub. Hi, I am the female part of the equation here, and I'm 30. He's 34. We've been married for 5 years and been swinging for about a year now. And it has been a learning experience, LOL. I have more sexual experience than he does, and I don't have any shame about it. I really struggle with the LS. I don't know what that means, because I'm a very attractive female who has a ton of personality and can have a conversation with anyone about anything. My husband, on the other hand,
flexing much.
yeah, right. Like that was a very loaded statement there. My husband, on the other hand, is not nearly as attractive as I am because he's extremely overweight, but his personality is over a billion out of 10.
Okay.
So I find so many more people approaching me and carrying out conversations with me, and it feels very wife hunter in quotes.
Wait, what does that mean?
Like because they're swingers, and so when they're at like swinging events, they kind of more approach her than him, and it's more like a lot of people come at her. It's almost like
they're gunning for the spot of her husband.
Because normally with swingers,
but with swingers, you're not earning the spot of the husband. You're just fucking, right? Like
no. So normally the rule is with swingers here, and I know because I read the rest of this, is that if one spouse hooks up with one, the other spouse has to take the other spouse.
Oh, they have to.
That's what
I thought it was optional.
I think I think those are swinger rules. I think
maybe that could be orgy rules.
Orgy rules
you
are
could
like
do
just
flexible
everyone and anything.
Yeah, so that's how it reads in here, and when I so he goes it felt very wife hunter, and when I asked the wife to connect with my husband, they ghost us, and so she doesn't get laid and he doesn't get laid then.
Oh man, they're both like
so
I guess they're just gonna have to settle with fucking each other. Right? Like my bad.
We've had a few successful experiences, but this is becoming more and more of an issue recently, and I'm becoming increasingly frustrated. She's getting frustrated that she can't fuck other men.
Sucks, man.
I mean, that's their agreement, I guess. So that's
I mean,
okay.
But it's also their agreement that like they have to
fuck people together.
Yeah.
But like none of them are getting laid. Like no one's getting any.
Right. Does anyone have any advice? Okay. And to be clear, we don't sleep with others separately at all. So that's the thing. If one person gets laid, the other one gets laid. That's the only way. Only way. That's the rule.
That's cool.
Right, so I'm like,
yeah.
And then, so I'm going to read this just because it's a little more informative, but there's a lot of stuff I'm going to skip over because it's a long one. Edit. He saw the post, knew it was me, and we had a conversation about it. I think I would describe myself as a polysexual person, and it has been an issue in our marriage for as long as we've been together.
What does polysexual mean?
You don't believe in
like
monogamy.
sex with one? No, that's exactly it. Sex with one person does not.
Okay.
Mean that.
Okay.
Sex life.
He's not willing to be in a short-term open relationship while he loses weight, which is something I pitched. He says he's going to get serious about the weight loss, and I'm hesitant to be hopeful, but did tell him he has until January of 2024. Now, this is a little bit of a dated post to prove this to me, and we both want to continue to swing. So the desire I have for wanting more can be fed. So she's like, I'm not getting enough from you. I need it from more people.
Wait, so is the issue that he's not
He's not. He's fucking obese, is what she's saying. Like,
so it's probably
just,
tough for him to have sex.
just to cut to it. Like, not just that. Like, no one wants to fuck the obese dude. Unfortunately.
Oh, she married him.
No. In other sense, she's poly, so she does not believe in just the love of one person.
And remember, super fuckable wife, super unfuckable husband. So like, right?
I mean, she wrote it herself that she's super fuckable.
Yeah,
let's just. I mean,
let's put that out there. She goes, I'm very cautiously optimistic, and it's weighing heavily on my mind that we're avoiding the inevitable. I'm sorry for speaking so negatively about the man that I'm in love with. This post came out of a place of frustration, and I wasn't being my best self, right? So, relevant comments. I'm the husband.
my God.
I'm 6'2". I'm on testosterone therapy, MFM. I don't know. MFM is not an option. Neither is a hall pass. I've been on keto, and it was not sustainable for the long term. Okay.
Wait, what is MFM?
2 dudes, 1 girl. Male, female, male.
Male, female, male is not an option. Okay.
So like he's not trying to partner with another dude to fuck his wife.
Okay. Fair.
And then you
back
go,
in my day, we called that tag teaming.
Yeah, right. Next post, the comment by him too. Even when I turn into Ethan Supple, I don't know what the fuck that is, I wouldn't dream of leaving her because of a little extra weight. I'm incredibly attracted to her exactly how she is today. But honestly, what matters more is the fun
she
and
super
laugh.
fuckable?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean,
must not be difficult, right? And honestly, what matters more is the fun and laughter we share. This is a small part of our lives, and I understand your point, but I can speak to the assumption that I would leave and tell you absolutely not. I also know that I don't make decisions for her, and what she chooses to do is not up to me. Signed, the unfuckable husband. Now,
That's gotta be passive aggressive.
dude.
Yo,
but
imagine a dinner table after that, though.
why can't you just talk in like?
No. You
to-
gotta subtle
to each other,
You
like,
gotta like subtly diss each other on a Reddit forum.
yeah,
Probably while sitting across from each other.
Yeah, they're both on their phones, just like
dude,
texting each other.
It is wild. So okay, so now we're going to the next one, and it's like this is more background on him. So there's more
So
information.
he's
on him.
like, me, male, unfuckable husband,
Right.
wife, extremely fuckable, as she likes to call it.
So from the suit.
I'm not a medical professional.
So this post is from the super. So it's a new thread, and goes the super unfuckable husband. That's just what he put out, right? He goes, "This is not my throwaway account. Feel free to dig through my past comments. I'm 6'2". I had bariatric weight loss surgery and have lost over 170 pounds. I haven't gained any back. I plateaued mainly due to lack of activity and poor diet. The things that made me obese in the first place, of course. I started testosterone therapy a while ago now, and what a difference it's made. We have sex way more often now, and I'm actively working with my doctor to improve my stamina." Great. Good to hear, right?
That's a weird.
I mean, he's not lasting as long, man. He's
No. I'm not talking
working
about.
on
I'm
it.
Yeah,
not
to
talking about
mention it.
that. I'm just saying, like, I'm working with my doctor and increasing my stamina. Like, what are you getting extra pumps in with doctor? Huh?
no,
What do you mean?
like the
Like, are you?
doctor's helping with medication, probably.
So here, this paragraph got me a little bit confused not confused. I just felt a little bit weird and bad. I come from a Catholic background and was extremely monogamous before educating myself and trying swinging with my wife.
Okay.
So the fact that she probably pitched him and she probably educated him, right? Now we've had some success, and the best part is the time I get to spend with her, heading to dates or the download after we play.
Wait, what?
Where they talk to each other about what they just did.
Oh.
So you just wanted a friend.
Isn't that weird, right? Now the adventure is the destination for me, and I know it. Oh,
wait. Sorry. I'm confused now. The adventure is the destination, so
he
him
likes
just
fucking
coming.
the other people too.
No. So the act of fucking is like that in between. It's like the means, right? But the end, and he likes the beginning and the end, whereas like, oh, like the anticipation of going to this party and talking about it and being like, oh, like what are we gonna do? Like, poor guy is just really in love with his wife.
So he's a cuck.
Yeah.
So he,
Yeah. That's
well, no, he's not a cuck. He
he's a
doesn't
cuck.
like to just watch
I
his
think
wife
that's a
for
simple
getting
way of
fucked.
putting it.
No, but like he likes hearing about what someone else did to his wife. Which
No,
is also
no.
a
That's
cuck
not
behavior.
what I think.
Cuck. You don't have to just watch.
No.
I
So
think-
he doesn't like that part. He likes hearing about the experience and hearing because his wife is like really excited when she talks about it, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
And so that's what I'm saying. He's just really, I'm telling you, the poor guy just is really
He's
in love
also
with his
happy
wife.
sharing his experience as well. But
Yeah.
I think it's like both of them
Oh, so he just loves like
talking
time with
about
her.
it
Yeah.
and then getting excited
Dude.
that he's about to do something.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so he's like, so the adventure is a destination for me, and I know it. I also know it satisfies the strange she craves, so we've been active for about a year now. After speaking to her last night, I wasn't able to wrap my head around separate play. That's not something I'm comfortable with. I would feel very emasculated, and I don't know how I would be okay sitting at home alone while she fucks someone else. I've committed to her that this is a wake-up call, and we'll be making the weight loss changes our relationship needs, that I need, and to be a better partner and husband. Plus, benefits as we engage in a lifestyle.
Wait. So he already lost 100 pounds?
Yeah, but then he gained it back because
No, he said he didn't gain it back, but he was just at a plateau.
No. He was still fat, right? I think at the beginning of the post, that's what he was working on, and now he's saying that he has to make more changes to be like fuckable. Am I understanding this correctly?
Problem is, the wife wants to do this. He kind of was pulled along with it. I think he was convinced into it and was shaky at best at the beginning, and he's like convinced himself that he likes it enough.
Okay.
Right? Now, so basically she's separating or like starting to stretch it to be like, listen, just because you can't do it doesn't mean I should miss out. And so basically she's trying to like stretch it to be where it's, for lack of better words, cheating, I guess, even in this case, right?
Like just like approved
Wait, is she cheating?
Well, it's mutual. So
Well,
right
she's
now it's
asking
mutual.
for it,
She's
right?
asking.
Well, it's separate. Sorry, what I'm saying is that
Separate
like to score, if you want to keep score, right? Like they try to keep an even, like a balance here, right? If she fucks someone, he fucks someone, so on and so forth. And then if she starts switching to where she's only fucking and he's not, right? That's an imbalance. And I think that's where it gets different. There's a lot more of that. I'm gonna skip through these comments about that, but there's another update 8 months later. Now this happened last week.
Holy shit!
This update's last week. So
So like very
the
recent.
deadline of that January 2024 is
yeah. So, and then I'll tell you right now, it all builds up to the end of this. Right. I wanted to pop in and share an update. Last year, my partner made a post called "The Super Fuckable Wife and Super Unfuckable Husband." She was upset because she blamed my weight as why we weren't connecting with tons of swinger couples. She had a point. I responded to her post with as much grace and accountability as I could, and the outpouring of support from this community was amazing. I expected trolls, and instead, you all showed just love.
Can I just, my hope for this ending is like, well, I'm fit as fuck now, 8% body fat. She, on the other hand,
is the new unfuckable bitch.
yeah, no, I have been putting lard in her cereal every fucking day. So she is obese, and guess what? We're doing separate play now.
So check this. So maybe for cathartic reasons, or maybe some of you actually remember and want an update. Here's this. I kept my word. Immediately, I made diet and lifestyle changes, contacted my surgeon to schedule part 2 of my weight loss surgery. So the 170 pounds was surgery 1. This was to get prepped and get enough shape to survive that second surgery.
How fucking big was he?
You'll see it after, right? And along the way included her and kept her informed of everything, right? We actually met a couple, and things were great for a while until it became obvious that she was way into them, and I was the outsider. She ignored boundaries, ignored my communications of, I don't feel like a priority to you. I don't feel like you value me. All you want is this couple. So they probably had like key phrases for when, it's off.
Yeah.
And so she violated all those. Ignored all of them. And even told me at one point, I don't give a fuck about your feelings. After that,
She just wants to fuck other dudes, man. Just set her free.
I met with a divorce attorney at the end of July. And so the original post was of like May, June of last year. So this happened pretty quickly after that. The rest we can summarize with some quick hits. I filed in August. She made a false show of not wanting it, but never took really any action or responsibility for her actions. She moved to Florida after contacting, wait for it, her partner. She had been having an affair with me from September 2022 to June 2023 on top of swinging with me.
Wait, what? I'm so confused.
Like, so she's fucking some other dude while going through the swinging shit. Now, since then...
And it's crazy. Dude. Oh, my God. Because that still wasn't enough for her.
Yo, that bitch is fucking...
Dude, the libido on this woman.
Right? Like,
fuck.
Since then, I've had my surgery and continue to lose weight and become even more fuckable as each day goes on, okay? So now here's the scoreboard, okay? So any guesses on his weight originally?
He's like 180 pounds. No.
What?
Probably more. 240 pounds.
Okay, I'm like, bro,
Yeah.
yo, that's like
240 because he's 6 feet. 6 feet.
180 is like not that much more than me, man.
Yeah.
He weighs
probably 240 pounds because he's 6 foot and
no, he weighs 300 pounds.
Okay.
14% body fat and chiseled abs.
And then her weight. He
And then he lost her weight too.
Damn. All right. What do you think her weight was?
300 pounds.
Holy shit. She was super fuckable, guys. He was so unfuckable.
What's her
180
height?
pounds.
What's her height?
Huh?
What's
I
her-
don't get that.
Okay, let's say she was.
Let's say she was 5'6".
Let's 5'6". Okay, let's say she's 140.
Okay.
That's a real like good
Realistic,
looking girl.
okay.
Yeah. All right. So my real weight at the time of the post, 537 pounds.
What the fuck?
Yep. My weight today. Any guesses on that?
535 was his weight before.
37. But yeah.
That was before
My
the
bad.
sorry, after the first surgery or
That no. I think it's at the time. I'm not sure actually.
I
700
think
because 700 feels ridiculous.
I think that's not possible. There's no beds that support you at that point. You sleep on the ground.
Yeah.
also well you don't get a fuckable wife like that.
I don't think you get a fuckable wife at 500 pounds, but he did it.
So yeah. And
I think his weight now, I'm gonna say a good healthy
240.
I'm gonna say a good healthy 180.
damn. I mean, this is gonna sound terrible. 394 now.
Oh.
But I mean that's
okay,
like he
well,
lost an entire person.
Yeah.
You know,
Sure.
her weight, her real weight at the time of the post, 292 pounds.
Wait. Wait. What?
Isn't that's the icing on all of this?
What? I am so
This bitch weighs as much as that crazy like Native American lady who like had all that pus and shit pour out of her.
audacity to buy
You know, it's crazy. It's like
She was
was her fucking,
292.
wait, was her fucking affair partner Bill Clinton? Like, oh, fat bitches need love too, but they gotta pay.
She's polysexual. Now like I want to know the weight of everybody they've engaged with.
I want to.
292? What the? She better be like a 6-7 footer. Like,
Dude, it's fucking crazy. She's like
how is she fuckable?
super fuckable.
Super. Ultra fuckable.
She said super.
Hit my man, dude.
I think
my like honestly in my head it was like he was probably 295, 300 pounds, and she's probably like one.
yo, that could be like a little bit like two of my wives, like weight, like 2x my wife's weight, or maybe a little bit more or something like that.
Weird comparison.
No, like my two, like I feel like my wife, like two of her can fit into like
This person.
like like at least at the minimum.
One of the first posts to this, like, so I was on Best of Redditor updates, and so like one of the posts was for in commenting the weights. Well, I didn't see that coming.
No way, no one saw that fucking coming.
I was getting unreliable narrative vibes from the original post pretty early on. Glad to see my instincts were on point. Wow. Like,
Wait, no, I get that he is very heavy, but she was not. Like,
Wait. What's his weight now again? Sorry.
394.
yeah, just under 400.
Fuck that bitch up.
So another post was like, yo, that reveal though. Like, dude, I was reading this whole thing and I was pretty invested at first, and then I kind of fell off. And I see the ending and I'm like, oh my God, I have to tell somebody else about this.
Yo.
And I'll say, like, the poor guy. So he's like, the amount the amount of men who threw themselves at her was staggering.
To stop her from eating all the Twinkies, maybe. God damn. The fuck do you mean? What?
So she translated this into her being super hot instead of men just being men. And I'm like, bro, there's even a limit to that. Like,
No. So I just want to do
Did she
like
hang out at like just dive bars at 4 a.m.? Like, is that like a thing? Like, what do you fucking mean? All right, okay, I'm never gonna condone this. Get this man Ozempic right now. Right now.
Oh, isn't that the fat losing?
It's a
What's like a
diabetes
diabetes thing, but yeah.
Okay.
You lose a lot of fat. It's very unhealthy. But get this dude
The
Ozempic.
last comment I'll read, someone puts, fat chance you'd be more surprised than this. This is amazing.
Oh fuck.
Okay, I don't want to fat shame anyone, but
I
like this
definitely
is
will.
like ridiculous. That's there's gotta be some limits, right? Like she herself is like
Some people live in like a weird world, man.
So they dropped a factoid as like someone's only frame of reference as to literally how big this is. We have another one thanks to your Reddit story a couple weeks back.
The pus lady.
I thought I don't like how you pointed at me. Well, he
was
said,
like,
yeah,
I'm like-
he's like, yeah, we have another frame of reference. I'm like, oh,
bro,
okay.
I'm
thanks.
just like, I know I've gotten a little fat, but I'm still like 170 pounds. Like,
But someone put out like my only way of understanding what 300 pounds is that was the weight on one of the episodes of The Simpsons where Homer's goal weight was to be that to get to that weight where he's considered so obese he's medically disabled.
I can't do this no more. I can't.
That's fucking crazy.
How can I maintain this sense of like have some sort of a filter on this pod when we say things like
Oh,
this?
dude, I can't, dude. I I'm just gonna walk around the world knowing that.
So it looks like 530 was the after weight of the first surgery.
What?
It says he lost. I mean, again, I don't know if it's confirmed, but it says like he lost over 450 pounds. It says, and no one's
What
like,
is he, it's like he's giving birth to a calf every fucking time, bro. Like what? He's losing 200 pounds at a time, dude.
Yo, that I feel like this story cannot be real.
I mean,
Like this just
dog prep for the third surgery, I guess.
Okay, and I really wish it's not real because now we're in a world where so many people, staggering amount of people, want to fuck a 300-pound woman who is not loyal.
Like I said, fat bitches need love too.
Yeah.
But they gotta pay.
but guys, if she was 8'2", her BMI would be 21.4.
oh. Okay.
If it was 8 foot, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. If she was the tallest woman in the world. Yeah.
That was a comment. I didn't bet that or anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's all I got for you on this one. I read this and I'm like, I have to tell somebody. I haven't told my wife about this. Normally I tell her about our Reddit stories. And so
It's confidence based. That's what I'm getting from this.
Yeah.
Life is confidence based. I'm going to walk out of this studio knowing I'm that guy. Because if this 300-pound Godzilla looking bitch is not only
Hey, she's fuckable. You're not fuckable.
fuck you. No, listen. She is not only poly and fucking another couple, she's also cheating on her husband with a man across states.
How?
Dude.
Man, how is she pulling all of this?
So there is at least 4 people that's fucking her currently at the moment.
That's wild, man. I was at a loss when I read
Just
this.
imagine.
Yeah. There's like fucking earthquakes when there's like fucking earthquakes when this shit happening. Yeah.
The tactile plates can't handle it.
Oh my god, dude. Well, all right, guys.
I'm just imagining when
Dude.
someone's going down on her. It's like a miner with
No.
like
No. You are
no.
not. You can't.
with
You
like
know,
with like a flashlight in his mouth. He's like going in and just like just
like
No, I can't talk about this. This is
disappears.
I mean, there's some maneuvering needed to fuck her. You gotta get through all that shit.
kind of want to know the weights of all the people she's fucking.
Yeah,
I just want to build a world
is
now.
there like a
Ultra heavy poly community.
yeah? Is there an obese poly community? Is that like a
Probably.
I didn't know this was a thing.
poly?
No, the
Obesity?
I combined the two. Makes the two.
Oh, okay. I'm
Yeah.
like, you seem to know both of these communities.
Individually, yes, I do know about
Yeah.
them, but mostly like all the poly people I've seen or heard about are like fairly like healthy BMI kind of a
Oh yeah.
yeah, like people like this is the first one I've heard with.
Listen, my only references are on TV shows, man. And let's be real, they're picked for that reason.
Yeah, I guess. Well, this was full of entertainment. This episode.
Yeah.
Let's wrap it up. Yeah.
Yeah, man. So, I mean, I think we had a lot of good content this week. Very interesting. I think I'm glad I'm glad you did a deep dive into the Ambani pre-wedding. I'm not going to call it an engagement. Learned a lot about that. I mean, it's a lot of beloved faces and also people, very powerful people showed in one spot. Fool Me Once. The name is truer now than it ever has been because I'm not watching a second season of the show.
It's a limited series. We're not getting a second season.
There you go. Thank you.
I'm
Thank
so
you.
fucking happy.
Yeah. And but I will say, like, I'm still curious as to how this wraps up because I feel like Most of the major plot points have been given. Cringy, I think is the best way to put the Reddit story, but at the same time,
there's
very
plenty of
entertaining.
ways.
I'm
It's
fucking mind blown. I love all of that.
I think that story was pretty heavy for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, all right, guys. Till next week. Take it easy. Peace out.
All right. Peace out, guys.
Time to hit the hay.